Hi dolls, welcome back to my YouTube channel. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you guys for the positive feedbacks and the positive comments and text messages that I've received from you guys after my last video. I want you guys to know that was the thing of the past, and I would never go back to that state of mind or back to that so-called friend again. But this video is more on a positive note, in honor of my best friend's birthday, which is coming up in 3 weeks. I am going to tell you the story of how I met my best friend and how much of a positive impact and how much he changed my life. So the story goes back to when he was 16, which that was 4 years ago, I believe. And we met through my old job at Burger King, and I remember when he first started Burger King, I wouldn't say we really wasn't friends. He was trained through this other girl named Kendra, and me and Kendra was like sort of friends, if you can call us. And I remember she were like texting me and was like, oh, we got a new kid, and he's really cool, and I think like she's like, I think he's really cool and he's really nice and all this other stuff. Now mind you, I was at the point in my life, I was 21. Yeah, I was 21. So I was like at the point in my life, like I was like at a dark space in my life, and I just really didn't care about meeting new people. I just always had that attitude where it was like, I don't care about new people, and it's like nothing against new people. And I was just like, oh, okay, I don't care. And I was like, I guess I'll meet him the next day. I was like, I guess I'll meet him tomorrow. So the next tomorrow comes, and I get to work and I meet him. And don't get me wrong, he was like a nice kid. Like, he was alright. And I was just like, oh, okay. It was like you know, in high school when like the new kid comes and like they're popular or whatever. It was like that. And everyone there was like surrounding him, asking him questions. Like, I was there for the most part when they asked him questions, but like I said, I didn't really care for new people. So I was just like, oh, okay, let them ask him questions. I don't care like about his response. And at the time, I had a best friend, and I won't state his name because I don't know, like, I mean, he'll watch this video, so I just don't want to like bring back old memories. But yeah, so I was texting my best friend at that time, and I was like, oh, I met the new kid and he's cool or whatever. And I guess like my best friend at the time was like jealous, thinking that he was gonna take me away, which later on I'll explain the story, like he did. And so like he like rushed over to Burger King, and it was like coming to meet this kid. And like I said, I didn't really care to like get to know him, or like I didn't care about his name or anything like that. And so whatever, as time went by, he would work with us, but he wouldn't work with us like when days were slow. He would go home. And like that's when I became like the manager at Burger King, and I had like my own shift. And I remember one night, like I don't even remember what we were fighting about, but we were fighting about something. And I remember him like putting ice cream in my hair, and like I was not mad but like annoyed. And like then I had some really long nails, and like he broke my nails because we were like play fighting. And like me being me, I was like, I was an ass, I would say. And I was like, because you broke my nails because we were playing, I was like, you need to give me my money back so I can go fix them. And like him being him, like I guess because he was new, and he was just like, he didn't want any problems because he's new, he gave me back the money. And then I went in the office and I felt so bad because I was like, technically it's not his fault because we were both playing around. And I went and I gave him back his money, and I was like, I know at that point in time he probably was thinking like, I want nothing to do with her. Knowing who he is now, he probably was like, I want nothing to do with her, like she's so stupid and she's a bitch and blah blah blah. And I don't know how we started hanging out, but we started hanging out, and he started hanging out with me and my best friend. And like I remember it was at one point in time, like I was like dieting and I was like trying to lose weight, and I would like get off of work and walk around the neighborhood, and like I would notice, no, I lied, I know how we became friends. I was fighting with someone at work, and like I would call him and I would like vent to him and tell him how I feel about this person that I was fighting with at work. And I would like text him and call him, and it was easy to talk to him. It was like I knew him like for years. And like it was a point of time, like I was like dieting and like trying to lose weight, and my best friend at the time really wasn't supportive, because like he would make like stupid ass comments. And like I remember like this kid didn't even know me, and like I would like walk around the neighborhood. It was like sunny out, so it would be like when I get off at like 8 o'clock, I would like walk around the neighborhood for like a little exercise. And like this kid who like didn't really know me like that would like go and like walk with me, and we would talk about things. And like I was like, oh, this kid is like really supportive even though he didn't know me. And like I said, it was easy to open up and talk to him. And like one day it was me, him, and my best friend at the time, and we went to the movies. And I forgot why I was upset with this kid. I was upset with, okay, I'm gonna say his name, Carlos. And we were like in his car, and he went to go put gas, and I looked over at Leo and I was like, to be honest, I was like, I consider you more as a best friend than he does, because I was like, it's more easier to like talk to you than it is to talk to him. And from there, that's when we declared like we were best friends. But like we just didn't want to hurt this kid's, Carlos, feelings, so we were just like, we'll just keep it a secret for now. Which was, I mean, it's not dumb, but I mean, whatever, we kept it a secret. And we had like this designated date where we would like go out. So it was a Thursday. Thursdays we would always like go out, like for, it could be like for like a walk in the mall, or frozen yogurt. He would tell me how like school is going for him, and then I would talk about work, and yeah, we would pretty much talk about like life. And like I said, I'm someone, it's really hard for me to like open up, so it was like really easy for me like to sit at dinner and like open up to him. And then I realized like we're like the same people, because we kind of like was goofy. I'm more goofier than him, but I was like, we're like kind of goofy. We laugh about like stupid stuff, and I like people like that because I'm like really really goofy. And whatever, so like I remember we went to Duffy's, and we were eating at Duffy's, and we had this waiter, and he was really really nice, because we ended up leaving him like a generous tip. And like he was like not giving him a hard time, but he was like asking him like, can you give me this and can you give me that? And like the guy was like really like really focused on his job. And when he would forget something, like the guy would get like really frustrated with himself. So that's why we like, and we would make a joke out of it, not like a joke, but like I would be like, oh, you're really, I was like, you're really you're really needy. And I was like, we should leave him a tip. And like from there, that's how like we built our friendship. And like I said, we had like this designated date. And as time like went by, like I said, I declared him my best friend. So like as time went by, it was really easy to open up to him. We would talk about like things of my past, and I'll tell him everything I went through. Now the reason why I said he's my best friend, because like I said, I was at a really dark place in my life, And he was like a constant reminder. Like, he would always remind me of like how strong I am, and how, like, after everything I've been through, I'm such a positive person. And he will always be like, you're strong. And he was someone, like, he claims to be shy, but he was always someone that's like, I wouldn't say needs the center of attention, but he was always someone that was like, you can't call him ugly, because he's like, he don't care, he knows he's cute, and that's it. And I was always, like I said, I was always someone with insecurities. I never like thought I was good enough. And he taught me a lot about myself. He taught me to like never let anyone put you down. And if you feel like you cute and other people don't agree, that's their opinion, and your opinion of yourself is all that matters. I learned a lot. Even though he's 4 years younger than me, that kid is like really smart, and he's really special to me because he taught me like so much. Like, he taught me like self-love. And like, I have friends that supported me, that taught me things. So any of my friends that's watching this, I don't want you guys to be like offended. But he was just someone that was like a constant reminder of who I am, and how I should never let other people tear me down. Or if someone feels like I'm not good enough for them, I should never allow them to think I'm not good enough for them, that I'm enough for me and them. And if they don't see that, then they can leave my life. And he's a Leo. So yeah, Leos are really difficult to deal with, believe me. But he reminds me a lot of myself. Like, his attitude and everything, of my younger self, I'll say. But he's such a loving person. And I think people how can I put this? I think people confuses his attitude. And his attitude stems from, like, he doesn't want people to know that he can be hurt. And like I said, I know that type of attitude because I give that attitude all the time. So like, whenever like me and him get into like stupid petty fights, which is rarely, I know where it comes from, and I don't get offended. But like, I'm really lucky to have like my best friend in my life. Like, people don't understand like why I go so hard for him, because like, he honestly taught me like so much. I remember there was one incident, like one time, it was, I mean, this story is like hard for me to tell. It was at one point in my life, like, I was ready to give up on life. Like, that would be another story I tell. Like, I was going through so much, and I was ready to give up on life. And that was like a terrible dark moment in my life. And I remember, like, I had this like I said, this story is like really hard for me to tell, but anybody who knows me, they'll know the story. Yeah, there was one point, like, I just didn't think life was worth living anymore, and I was just ready to give up on life. And I remember every step of the way, like, he was there holding my hand, because I just like didn't know where else to go or what else to do anymore. And he was every step of the way holding my hand, making sure I was like okay. And this is why I always like go hard for him, because he honestly saved me. I'll say it. Like without him, I don't honestly know where I would be. Like, I know, like, if I have one of those days, like if I'm like not feeling it, or if I'm having like an anxiety attack, or I know I can depend on him and to like make me laugh. Like when I have my bad days, I know I can call him and like he'll say something, like even if he don't know I'm having a bad day, he'll like say something to make me laugh. And this is why I'm very overly protective of him. I'm overly protective of my like best friend. Like I don't play that. Like people like, oh, that's my best friend. And no, like I'm very overly protective of him. And like I said, I've had great people in my life. So any of my other friends that's watching this, don't think like this is shade towards you guys, because it's not. Like I really did. I had some great people in my life. But he, like I said, he found me when I was like at a dark place in my life, and I'm someone that's very private. I don't like opening up to people at all. Like I don't know, I just never been the type to do that. But I feel like this friendship between me and him is like very different. He's like one of the first people. I want my other friends to say that, because I don't want them to be like, oh, you choose him over us, or I've never did that to you. But I feel like he's one of the few people in my life that like that's not a taker. And he's one of the few people in my life that's like, I know like he's not gonna walk away. And I've had some people that like, I thought like, oh, they'll be in my life forever, and they ended up walking away. I don't get that from him. Like I know if I call him 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm in trouble, like he'll be there for me. And this friendship is like, I feel like it's a genuine friendship. And because anybody that meets him at first, he's changed. Don't get me wrong, he has changed. But the old him, anybody that met him at first, I feel like you have to get to know him and go through his rude stages, and then you'll love him. But don't love him too much. Don't love him too much, because like I'll run you over for my best friend. And see, what else stories can I tell about my best friend? Oh, here's one story he hates that I tell. I remember there was one day we were all working at Burger King at the time, and I was painting my room, because me and my brother had like switched rooms, and I get a phone call from him, and he's like crying. He's gonna kill me for telling this story, but I think I love this story because I think it's so funny. And he's crying, and like I can't understand anything he's saying. And so one of our coworkers, she took the phone and she's like, he just got into it with a customer. She called the police on him, come to the store. So he ended up telling the customer that he was going to smack her. And like I dropped everything. Oh, that day I looked terrible. I dropped everything, and like I had to make sure like my best friend don't go to jail, because I wouldn't know what to do. And my store manager at the time, she felt like I was the one that corrupted him. And mind you, I didn't even work that day, but she felt like I corrupted him into saying that. She's like, he used to be good until he started hanging with me and this other kid. And I was like, what the hell? I wasn't even there. And I remember she was like, she wanted to suspend him, and I was like, no, she's not gonna suspend him. So literally we threat everyone that she was trying to give his schedule to. And I was like, you take this schedule, we're gonna have a problem. And when she saw like no one would take his schedule, she was like, okay, whatever, I have to let you stay at work, but if you see this lady, please go in the back and like hide, because I don't want this lady to like see that I let you keep your job. And I was like, yes, thank God. Like that's just the type of friendship we have. Like, he can call me at like 6 in the morning, and sometimes I do want to kill him, but like I know he does the same for me. Like when I got into my car accident and I called him at 5 in the morning, so I was scared to call my parents, and I didn't know what to do. I had no choice but to call my parents. But I called him and I was like crying, and I like, he was just like, okay, I'll meet you wherever you at. But I had no choice but to call my parents because my car was a total loss. So it was like, what was I gonna tell him when I didn't come home? But yeah, my best friend is always like, oh, I'm for your happiness. Like, I could come up with the wildest idea, and he's like, if it makes you happy, then go for it. Even if it involves him, he'll do it. If he knows it makes me happy, he'll be like, if it makes you happy, then like go for it. And I love that. Like, I do. I love that about him. There was one time, we were pretty dumb, I'll say. I was just starting at CVS, and there was this woman. She comes in, and I don't know why. You guys probably gonna laugh at us, but there was this woman. She comes in. She's like, I work for Best Buy, and I'm selling, I forgot, it was like one of the MacBooks. I don't remember. Like, I'm not into all the like superficial things, but she's like, I'm selling this MacBook, and she's like, I took it from Best Buy because I work at Best Buy. Mind you, I don't know this woman at all. She's like, give me $250, and I'll sell it to you. I'll give you that, and I think it was the iPhone. No, it wasn't the 8. I can't remember what iPhone came out, but like I remember the new iPhone came out, and like he really wanted it too, and I was just like, oh yeah, like a new iPhone, I want one too. And so like I called him up. It was like 3 in the morning, and I called him up, and I'm like, oh, there's this woman. I'm like, she's not lying. I was like, send me the money, and then like we can get this. So he was like, please, this is for my savings. He was like, make sure she's not lying. And I'm like, just send me the money, we're fine. So he sends me over, like, I think it was like 250 or 300, more than likely 250. And like I was like, okay, I'm trusting you, lady. I'm like, this isn't my money, this is my best friend's money, please, like, get us our items. And like I said, he's always like with my crazy wildest idea. And so like this lady left. Like I said, I didn't even know her, this lady, and she left with the money. And like I felt so bad. Like I was like, oh my god, this is like my best friend's money from his savings. And like I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, me and my stupid ideas. And I'm like, he's gonna kill me. And I remember crying that night because I was like, oh my god, like I don't know how to tell him like we just got robbed. And so like morning comes, because I was doing like overnight shift, and morning comes, and I tell him like, I don't know where this lady went, and like I think we got robbed. And he was like, you know, honestly, I knew that was gonna happen, but I gave you the money anyways. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't end up paying him back. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I was like, me and my crazy ideas. And he was like, it's fine. I knew like the whole thing was probably a lie. He was like, it's not your fault because I did give you the money, I did consent to it. I was like, okay, well, I'll pay you back. Like I remember I was just like crying because I felt like so bad. And like even when I worked overnights, like he will always like try to stay up with me, even though sometimes it wasn't a success. But he would try his best, his hardest to stay up with me. This is when I was working at Sunny House, and I ended up transferring to a new store, and I had some issues where I wasn't comfortable with this one guy I was working with. It's another story. Like I tell you, like I have a story for days. And like this was basically like a sexual harassment thing, and I was not comfortable working by myself with him overnight. But I was like, I was kind of scared to tell my store manager, because being at like after everything like I went through from my other store. So I felt like if I told her, it was going to be a big issue. So he would always come, like every night that I was working with that guy, he would always come and like stay with me and kind of like talk to me up until like he got tired, and I'm like, okay, go home. And so like I said, he was always my number one supporter. Like, he taught me pretty much self-love. He taught me how to like love myself and like pretty much fuck everyone else, like fuck everyone else's opinion. If it makes me happy, then do it. Or like if I like it and no one else like it, it's not their problem. Like, he taught me not to live for other people, and this is why I cherish my best friend. So with that being said, his 21st is in like 3 weeks. My original surprise, because this kid loves candy so much, was to throw him an adult theme Candyland party, but he wasn't going with my idea. He was so undecisive. Like, he was like, I'm gonna do an Airbnb. No, I'm not gonna do an Airbnb. Then I'm gonna do it. And I was just like, oh my god, please do this Airbnb, because you don't know what I have planned for you. And so pretty much he canceled the Airbnb, so he's not doing it anymore. And I'm kind of stuck. I wouldn't say stuck. Like, I have some things like in mind that I can do, but I feel like for his birthday I've always went all out. And I don't know, I just feel like what I have in mind for him, it's pretty good. I don't want to say it because I know he's gonna watch my videos. It's pretty good, but it's like it's not like how I normally am with him. And so now I need ideas. So I don't comment the ideas, because like I said, he's gonna watch the videos and I don't want to give it away. But yeah. But then at one point, I wouldn't say we were sick of it just hanging with just us. We felt like 3 is better than 2, if that makes sense. So we kind of felt like, oh, 3 is better than 2. And we talked about like expanding us and like having someone like us. And we pretty much did find someone. Not like us. I feel like that's another story that I can give you guys. But like I said, we pretty much was like, okay, yeah. For a while, for like months, not months, for like some time now, I won't put no time frame on it, we did feel like 3 was better than 2. And like, we can do so much activities. We could do so much more activities with 3 people, which would like be more fun. And like, we for a while did like, we had some people in mind, but like, I don't know, it was just like, it just wasn't there. It's just I think because we just had like this not, I wouldn't say image, but just like I don't even know how to put it, but we just had like someone like in mind, like how would they be with us and everything. Like I said, that's another story. How did we went from 2 to 3? Oh, that one is like it's an interesting story. Yeah, this is another story how 3 became 2. It's a pretty interesting story. I probably do it. I cannot give a time frame, but it would show, like, this story would like give you guys on insight on how like I said, I'm not someone that likes to meet new people. I've just always been that way. Like, I'm very closed off to new people. No, it's not good, but I don't know, I don't like new people in my space. I feel like it's like, another way for people to hurt you. But like I said, he did introduce me to new things, and like he introduced me to this person. I didn't want to say introduced me, but he made me more open-minded, because without him I don't think I would have been as open-minded. No, like, yeah, I wouldn't have been as open-minded, but he did make me more open-minded. And like I said, this story is a really long, interesting story of how two became three. But I just hope I don't make other people mad in the process of telling this story. I don't. I mean, it's my story to tell, so I don't think I'll make. Probably will. But yeah, so if you guys have like anything, any ideas, any ways that I can surprise my best friend for his 21st, being that we're dealing with this whole COVID situation, I would love to hear ideas, because it's like really hard to think of something now that he changed his mind about this Airbnb for like the 1,000th time. But yeah, I've always been someone that went all out for his birthday. So hopefully this year, being with the circumstances, I can go all out for his birthday again. Hopefully. So yeah, that's the story on how I met my best friend and how he had a positive impact in my life. You know, like the saying say, after all the bad we've been through, you know, sometimes you definitely deserve good, and I believe like he's one of the good. So thank you guys for watching, and most definitely the next video I will definitely tell you guys how did we expanded our friendship and how that go. Stay tuned, because that is a pretty interesting story.